Which celebrity is hated for absolutely no reason at all? Anne Hathaway. There is an article that lists all the reasons why she sucks and no one wants to work with her in Hollywood. The reasons go like this. 1. She is too perfect. 2. She doesn't have any drama in her life. 3. She is professional. 4. She's always on time. Really dumb things. Adele when she lost weight. Not so much anymore. But Jake Lloyd. He was a decent enough child actor. But the hate he received after The Phantom Menace from grown adults was disgusting. Let's go with a historical one. Sonny Liston. Two-time heavyweight boxing champion when boxing was king. Black man born into poverty and was illiterate. Real age unknown. He fled his abusive father and moved to the city. Of course, being an illiterate black street kid in the 40s, he pretty much had to join the gangs. Went to prison. And in prison he started boxing, and it became quickly apparent that he was something special. When he was released, the mob moved him to boxing, where he started KOing people left, right, and center. Boxers were afraid of him. The current champion initially tried to get out of fighting him, but since Sonny had beaten everyone, he thought it was obvious he'd have to fight for the championship. Consider it's likely Liston was in his late 30s, early 40s at this point. Liston, being an uneducated black man with criminal ties, represented something that America hated in the 60s. Liston was hounded by the press and hated by society. He blew through his opponent for the championship. He thought, "This is my redemption. The time where society will have to recognize me for who I actually am." He was very excited to come back to his town, expecting a greeting from the mayor and other townsfolk congratulating him for his momentous achievement. Something done for every other champion at the time. But not a single soul showed up. Liston was still hated by society. Liston went on to defend his championship another season, but it didn't make a difference. If anything, the hate was only magnified. After that he lost his spark. He lost to Muhammad Ali twice. And on both fights there was heavy allegation that Liston threw the fight for the mob. He went on to fight for more seasons, but he was done. Beaten by his dad. Beaten by society. Beaten by the very people he entertained. Sonny Liston was found dead from a heroin overdose. At what age, not even Liston knew. Although some suggest the mob killed him, since he was afraid of needles. So that's my example of a celebrity society unjustly hated. Rip Liston. Those who learn about you now know you were a beast and a good man given your circumstances. I feel like a lot of people hate Anne Hathaway for some reason. Hollywood turned their back on Brendan Fraser. Idiots. Not such an issue anymore, but Anne Hathaway. Back in the day. Rebecca Black. Yes. Friday was a bad song. But she definitely didn't deserve death threats and all of the backlash she got. A lot of people have forgotten about Corey Haim. So I'm going to tell you his story. He got into the acting business with Corey Feldman. They are the two Coreys of the late 80s. Both were kids. It is no secret that he was sexually abused and exploited by older actors. After he was no longer a child actor, he just became a giant wreck. Mental issues, drug abuse, couldn't hold down a job, couldn't finish a project. For much of his adult life, he was regarded as a washed-out has-been, known for making terrible decisions. He was blamed for everything he did, and everything he did wrong. He was seen as a violent idiot, a bum, a druggie, a loser. His failed attempts to get his life together were turned into a reality show for mass consumption. Feldman, the only person who he could count on, cut ties with him and publicly denounced him as self-destructive, not without good reason. Of course. Because it was extremely exhausting to help as much as he did while also trying to have a career and family. No one in the public has shown him any respect since he became a victim of Hollywood. He died of a mix of pneumonia and drug overdose, having barely reconciled with Feldman and only his mother as kin. Don't forget his name, because you need to know how Hollywood takes children's innocence, their lives, and finally their dignity. The Bee Gees. The pendulum has swung back some from the 80s, but they are awesome. Wasn't Megan Fox hated on for a while? I don't even know why. Ahmed Best. I get that no one liked Jar Jar, but apparently he was almost driven to suicide by the backlash. Hayden Christensen. He gets hate over being bad with his role as Anakin Skywalker, as he was only doing his lines as told, and honestly I liked the iconic "I don't like sand" scene. Edit. Holy shit, 5k upvotes and I messed up the "I don't like sand" line, lol. Britney Spears. She had one bad haircut and maybe some other things I forgot about, but then suddenly people started treating her like a psychopath. Guy Fieri. The guy's a saint. Edit. To everyone replying something to the effect of, "What are you talking about? No one hates Guy Fieri." Quote. Read some more replies to this comment. I wouldn't just pull this out of my ass. Richard Gere. He never put a gerbil up his you-know-what, but the rumor became notorious. There's even a Family Guy reference to it. Robert Pattinson. We get it. He did Twilight. Now can we please recognize the other fucking movies he has done? Twilight is not a reason to hate this guy. He hated the series himself. John Hader. Gets zero respect in the industry and is referred to as the ugliest actor in the industry. All because he typecasted himself with one role. Napoleon Dynamite. Most popular young music artists are hated by people outside their target audience because I dunno. They don't like music not aimed at them? NSYNC. Backstreet Boys. Bieber. One Direction. Etc. I remember people losing their shit when it was announced Lance Bass was voicing Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts, thinking it ruined the character. Spoilers. No, it didn't. When I was a kid. 90s. People seem to love hating on Phil Collins. You couldn't name him without people rolling their eyes and chuckle about how his music sucked. Even famous and respected musicians seemed to do this. I remember David Bowie talking about a bad phase of his career as my Phil Collins years. Probably the guy will never make into the top 10 of the best songwriters ever, but I thought his music was quite harmless.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.